It's going in.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
All right. All right. All
Oh,
right.
word? Okay.
Hey, guys. Steven here, Fanatic Perspective. Tran, we here in the It's Lit space. Y'all, we did it. Tran,
Yes, sir.
Tran, alert.
Yes,
Red
sir.
alert. We did it. 34-24. Texas over the Alabama Crimson Tide. Deep in the heart of Tuscaloosa. Went down there, humbled Nick Saban. Alabama 52-1, and now 52-2. Steve Sarkisian, these Texas boys, Quinn Ewers. I dare I say a Heisman-esque performance tonight. Tran, we're on cloud nine. We got the chat here. It's lit. Y'all, hit the like button, subscribe. If you want to be a part of this tonight, we getting after it. Hey. Those of you guys that were fans out there, we saw you on TV. Texas fans representing. Alabama fans that are not SEC ready that were leaving early, we saw you as well. But shout out to our Texas fans.
That was the best part of the whole portion of the win was at the almost 4 minute mark, showing all those fans leave. Oh my god, it was so amazing. It made me smile ear to ear. It was like the birth of my children. Then that moment, just watching those cousins leave out of their womb again. It was so great. I felt so good.
Burglar, embrace the hate, feel the love, big win. Let's effing go, baby. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, everybody that's in here tonight, this is a celebration space. Look, we're gonna nitpick at a certain point in time and really dive in tonight. To me, a win like this, where our program is and where we want to go, we have a lot of time to break down the game and talk about certain things. We'll talk about key plays. We'll do all that. But in terms of you know, we ain't style pointing this shit like we did last week. We just beat Alabama at Alabama. Okay, we were seven
No,
point dogs.
we dominated Alabama. I'm sorry, that game, because we dropped 2 touchdowns. Ball was placed perfectly. Ball they catch 9 times out of 10. We should have ran up 42 points on them in their home, playing SEC ball, running it down their throat, and then picking and choosing when to pass the ball. We dominated them.
Dimple Wonder, thank you for the super chat. Yes, we did. We did that shit on national TV in front of the whole country, in front of our conference that we come into. That everybody said, "Oh, they not SEC ready." Blah blah blah. What? And we did it in the trenches. We dominated them to Trent's point physically on both sides of the ball. The wear that our offensive line went through. I think we're going to get Tope on here a little bit later tonight to talk to us. But those who saw our video come out late last week with Tope, he said the offensive line was going to get active. He said they were going to get stuff cleaned up. Communication was going to be on point, and them boys are nasty. And that's exactly what we saw tonight. Our quarterback was sacked 0 times in this game. On the other side, defensive line, our front seven, y'all saw Ant Hill deployed in the second half of this game. We had 5 sacks tonight, and we were harassing Jalen Milroe.
2 of them were him, weren't they? He had 2, or was it just
Ant Hill got credited on the stat sheet. I got him down for 1.5.
Okay, 1.5. Okay.
According to the stat, but he was all he was. You want to talk about somebody getting active? Anthony Hill was getting active.
Yeah, the D line was fantastic. This whole game was fantastic. We can nitpick what was going. Well, Jalen Milroe is
What a night, Luke Butler. What a
yeah.
night.
Oh yeah. He's a special talent when he's in open space. We had pursuit on him from our defensive tackle position. Like when we get pressure and roll him out of the pocket, they were chasing him. Like they were actually going after him. I was very proud of the whole performance. It was great. I don't know. I don't know how else to say. I'm sitting on. This has been the first really huge win.
Trey like this on the stream. He's so happy.
Like really, this honestly, like you should have seen me. Christy was saying I should I should record you and send it to Steven just to make everyone see this is the animal that I have to live with.
I wish he did. I wish, man, if just to see your face through some of these plays, the back and forth. Tran, tonight, isn't that why we're college football fans? Isn't that why we put ourselves through this stuff? The back and forth.
to
We knew it
get
wasn't going to
there.
be easy.
To get there. The first time in years was the first time I've seen where we hit a whole bunch of like strikes on them, and then they came back and hit a blow to us, and then we
Yes.
responded multiple times on it. That's the first time in a long time that I've seen it where I saw it in Ewer's eyes at the beginning of the game. He was calm. He looked calm. He's like the moment wasn't big for him. And for those who said that he should be benched, he's not as good as what he is. He has a great arm talent, and we saw it today.
But the thing is here, I want to say this too. Quentin, thank you for this BDE all day, brother. All day. Joe's glory. All day. Exercising demons. Let me say this. I'm going to say two things about what you just addressed. Number one, overcoming adversity is not just key in sports. That is a key to life.
Yes.
Bad shit's going to happen. You're not going to, there's going to be balls that you should catch 10 out of 10 times that you drop. That happens in life. That happens in life where you don't know why something happened and you just took your eye off the ball, whatever, and you dropped it. Xavier Worthy, great job not lingering on a bad play. He comes right back and catches a deep ball.
Yeah.
Catches a deep ball when you know the whole world, we've been waiting for Texas to hit on big plays. And the second thing, we were tough on Quinn Ewers last week. We wanted to see a better performance. We wanted to see Quinn deliver and be precise and play up to his talent level and ability. And not only did he do that, he came out locked in from jump. You saw it on his face. You saw it on his face. I knew I had a different quarterback today, just looking at his facial expression alone. Hey, we got a special guest coming in here. The guy, Mr. Tope Imade. Tope, can you hear us, brother?
Yeah, I can. Had to change my last name for a little bit. I see that.
Oh, I see your last name. Hold on. Let me take this off so the people can see your last name. My boy.
You already know. Them dogs are insane. What's up, Richard?
Man, boys were hunting tonight, brother.
Yeah,
they were hunting tonight.
Happy.
Now we just got started with our post game recap, and Tran brilliantly mentioned the team overcoming adversity and fighting through some of the bad plays to not linger on stuff. And I thought this Texas team was just mentally tough all night. Another great example of that, Bug, and it's not like, Bug got beat on a great play and a great play call, honestly, where, Burton gets behind and gets a touchdown. And what does Bug come back and do? No sweat, no nothing. We're getting a pick. Okay. That's the mentality I feel like of this entire football team. If you have a negative play, so what? We move on to the next play. And whereas I felt like in the past with Texas teams, like we still talk about drops from LSU in the first quarter and all these other games. But in reality, mentally tough teams always rebound from things like that. True. And I thought Texas mental toughness tonight was so incredibly strong. And Tope, to your boys on the offensive line, the way they finished this game, and I think a lot of times we call it 4-minute drill. We want to run out the clock. We want to make the opponent run out of their timeouts. They know we're running the football. And the way Sark celebrated on the sideline when he saw Jonathan Brooks and them boys going downhill, everybody's getting active, getting hands on man, and just plowing through Alabama physically.
Yeah.
I was impressed, man. Your thoughts?
Yeah. First of all, I want to say what's up, Tran. I don't want to leave you hanging there. I just want to say what's up.
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Just chilling. Say what's up to I got the yells out and got my voice back after I'm drinking some salt water. But it was a great win, and similar to what I told you a couple of days ago, it's all about mental toughness. It's all about communicating and working through adversity. Again, it's pretty generic that people say this every game, but it's really what it boils down to. And I'm happy Coach Flood, Coach Sark was able to pull through with the guys and make this win. And I noticed that Coach Flood ended up splitting reps with DJ and Cole, and I don't think the offense missed a beat with that. I do have some issues that I don't want to like. It's
We'll
more.
get to it in a second.
Yeah,
Hold on the issues for a second,
yeah,
because we're 10 minutes in. People are still drinking the Kool-Aid, Tope. So
yeah.
hold on the issues. We also have some super chats here that I need to get to. Ashley Larry, thank you. Justice McMillan, $20. You guys are very generous tonight. I know why.
Yeah,
Because we just beat Alabama in
yeah.
Tuscaloosa.
And they're drunk. That's 100% why.
Oh no, hey, you guys, nice to meet you as well, man. Thank you guys for the super chats. Evan Manzano, Burke and Hill had their coming out party. That's why Tope has his name as such. Um, Ethan Burke, by the way,
Man, dog. He's a dog.
dog,
Yeah.
dog.
As soon as like he fills out more physically, and like I don't know what Coach Beckton's plan is for him, but he gets stronger. He gets a little. I mean, he's already making plays, and he's still like I could tell he still has a little bit more strength to go, a little bit more bulk to go. But imagine a fully. I don't know how much he weighs right now, but add
267. I made sure to see that on the. I was like, damn, okay.
imagine 285.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, another like just imagine like it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
I have a super chat here from Michael Sewer said, so I think the offensive line of yours might have been screwing with us last week to set up this week. That was a bold strategy, Kai. I'm glad it paid off. I like the joke. Very funny.
Yeah.
And Tope, I think a lot of we talked about this week, and Tran and I talked about it this week too on both our previews. Tope, you made it very clear there was just things they needed to get cleaned up.
Yeah.
I think some of it was maybe overblown.
Yeah, and just similar to what I said, like I can, yeah, I've played under Coach Flood and I know how things work, and a lot of the mistakes, a lot of the stuff from last week were 100% fixable. Like Hayden Connor doing too much too fast. Just hey man, slow down, and you can see that throughout his play tonight. So again, I get Longhorn Nation like they were anticipating Alabama the next week, and things just get out of hand. You kind of start spiraling, going down that rabbit hole, and you know, turns out we won. We were a 10-point. We won by 10 points. I said we'd win 27-17, but we still won by 10 points, and I'm happy with that. But I know how Longhorn Nation can get. Like they want success, all this stuff automatically, and ended up getting it. So all that to say, just don't freak out. Trust the coaches.
I feel like I was saying that in Rice last week, and everyone was coming at me in the live chat. Was hey, we won. Like I don't understand why we won by a lot. It wasn't like it was a close game with Rice. We beat them 30. What was it, 37-10?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
already.
Well, I think also when we respond to games, I think it's the timing of it, right? Like we responded immediately after that game, and it wasn't to the expectation that we had. I mean, we didn't cover last week, so it's not like we didn't play as well as we should have against Rice. We just didn't. But I thought today, I also thought later in the week, as it carried on to, it got overblown to where we're not capable or blah blah blah. It was too much. Today, I think on we've kind of talked about the mental toughness. I think a bigger thing that needs to also be highlighted is just the overall sharpness and execution and the preparedness for this game.
Yeah.
A lot of the same things we missed on last week, we hit on today. Let's start with the deep ball completions, right? We had guys running wide open last week for touchdowns we missed. This game, we hit on them. Screen game, we were able to get downhill. I felt like we can get on blocks. Jatavian Sanders, just the physicality that he played with and getting the ball and featuring him more. We unleashed Jatavian Sanders today.
Yeah.
And so, just certain things where it's just like, this is, to me, I watch this game and I'm like, there wasn't anything I saw tonight where I'm like, we haven't run that over the last 3 years with Sark. I just thought that the timing of when he called certain plays, the timing of when he used certain formations, when
Yeah.
he went to 21 personnel late in the game, and we constantly had two backs in there, that was screwing Alabama up, the two running back thing.
Mm-hmm.
It clearly was. And then we were running screens to Jatavian with the two backs.
Yeah.
And I felt like Alabama's keys were all over the place. Those are the type of things I'm like, we're running our offense, but we're sequencing this way better. We're executing. The quarterback's not getting hit every other play. He's stepping into throws under pressure. We had some issues catching the football here and there
Yeah.
that we got to get better, I feel like. But
Offensively and
overall, oh no, go ahead.
I was saying offensively and defensively because Jalen could have had one in the end zone.
Yeah. I know he wants that one back. He
Yeah.
should have had a pick. He'll tell you that he should have caught that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was,
Oh, that was the one right before half you're talking about?
Yeah.
Luckily, it was an illegal man downfield.
Our plan, I want to talk about this real quick. We need to give PK his flowers yet again.
Mm-hmm.
Can we give PK his flowers yet again?
Yeah.
Look, their game plan, for Milroe and the speed, and you saw the raw speed and explosiveness from Milroe tonight at certain times. Just his ability to get 5 yards whenever he wants is crazy. But the way that they would contain, they didn't live with just playing a spy the entire game. He mixed in a spy later with Ant Hill, but everybody had their lanes. The contain was excellent. The tackling was excellent. The help, the communication, making sure that nobody was left on an island.
Yeah.
And really forcing him to make decisions, forcing him to make throws from the pocket. I think PK did a masterful job of mixing and matching and how he uses personnel tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I know people were making people were wanting what's his name, Gary Patterson, in for a minute to kind of help with the defense, but I think tonight just proved that we don't need Gary. We have PK. He's more than capable of doing the job himself and executing at a high level. For example, when you're playing against Bama. I don't know if you want to do that super chat. I'm not. Oh, it's just yeah. I'm not sure if you want to chime in, Tran.
So
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been a
Tran,
PK.
you gotta go soon. I'm gonna let you.
Apparently they're
your
walking
party
out
stop.
for the main event too. So right now, so I want to watch that
Okay.
with the party down there. But I've been a big PK follower from especially once we hired him, once we named him as the DC. I sat down and watched a lot of Washington and how they ran against the spread offenses and how he shut down limited plays on them. At first, it was an adjustment, but that's the thing with implementing a brand new scheme for any type of team. It takes time, and I mean, we started seeing what it was like last year on how good our defense started playing towards the end of the year, and it's just transferred over. And I mean, I think at the beginning of the season we talked about this is the first time in a long time that we have a bona fide stud as a leader on our defense in Jalen Ford.
Yeah.
And it just seems like all the players who are put out there are flying to the ball. Where there's that one play that they scored a great touchdown on and I think that's the most I've seen us miss tackles in a while. But it was against Bama. I mean, they have special athletes. It's not like they're not. It frustrates me because we have some friends, not to be named Steve, that are saying, "Oh, it's a down year for now that they won. It's a down year for Bama. It's all good. We're going to do the same thing to them." They still have those stud athletes, and I saw a posting of something of it like Bama has how many 5 stars compared to our 5 stars? It was like double the number. They almost had double the number of 4 stars to our 4 stars. So you can't say that they don't have talent on there.
Those are hurt people. Those are hurt people that want to hurt people. Trans.
Yes.
That's those things. and we know
Just
who
like
they
Kendrick
are.
Lamar, bitch, don't move my vibe.
There we go.
Yeah, it's like,
Amen.
yeah,
Talk your
don't
shit,
kill my
Tran.
vibe. I don't
Hey,
care.
hey, Tope, the gentleman that he's referring to that is saying those things, his favorite team played in Miami today, and they got their ass whooped. That's that's why that person was saying those things after this game. Don't listen to those haters right now.
Will not. And I know I didn't change. I didn't change my last name. I was just shouting out Anthony Hill and Ethan Burke, splitting 2 sacks each.
So someone's asking that if you
Yeah,
actually
they're asking
change.
the chat if I changed. I like Imade too much, but for tonight, I'll change it to Hill Burke.
All
All
right,
right,
y'all. I'm gonna drop and go back to the party. But hey, I am so happy.
welcome, Tran.
Let's do it. Tope,
Yeah, man.
keep doing the damn thing, man.
Appreciate
Peace
you.
out, y'all.
See you.
Peace, Tran. Tope, if you don't mind co-hosting with me for a little bit, we just gonna
Let's do it.
ride it out here in the chat for a little bit.
Let's do it.
So 100-yard podcast. By the way, thank you for the donation. I saw punch them out. Tope, the physicality of this football team. I'm pretty sure that was a theme all through camp. Every team wants to say they're physical. Anybody that plays football wants to say they're physical.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Texas brought the physicality all 4 quarters today.
Yeah.
What say you there?
I agree 100%, especially D-line. You're always getting penetration. You're always getting pressure. Tavondre Sweat and Byron Murphy, you want to talk about physical. Those guys are the perfect example.
Woo!
Like, I don't think I saw T Sweat get knocked back once. Byron Murphy's always getting pressure. Almost came up with a sack. I think his second, third sack of his career, but almost got it. Jalen Miro slipped away. But you want to talk about physicality, you talk about that D-line. They were on it.
My man Joe, I met Joe for the first time a few weeks ago in person down in Augusta, Georgia. My man Joe out there, hook 'em, baby. Hey, you're right. We got to refocus, but tonight we celebrate. You want to enjoy the journey, right? In these wins, I think it's great for team morale and to build that belief week over week. I want, Tope, I told you this last week. I want to see how this team does when they have success and how they respond in the long term. But
Yeah.
tonight, in this moment, with the goal that was at hand, the mission that was at hand, you absolutely want to celebrate. This is a great achievement for the program.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, or just them, like.
Oh no, I'm talking about the team. I'm talking about us
Yeah.
as fans. Shit, we can celebrate until the Wyoming kickoff. I don't care.
I was driving by Sixer earlier, man. I was almost stuck. Thank God I beat the traffic, but golly, they were turning up down there, man. I almost parked the car and hopped out, turn up with them. But yeah, I'm sure they're gonna celebrate the win, especially that plane ride back is gonna be fucking amazing. But it's I don't know, words can't describe, man. I was on one during this game, man. And I'm sure you have questions for me or whatever I can provide. I'm willing to share. But I do have some gripes. But I'm sure you have yours too. Not every win is perfect, and I'm willing to get into that as well, or just answer questions from everybody else. I don't know how you want to style format this.
In chat, we let's utilize him here. I agree. Any questions that we have? I mean, right now, I think one thing for me was I thought Quinn, starting with the quarterback, thought he was very decisive, and I was hard on him last week, and a lot of people know that I was hard. And the reason why I was hard on him is because of his talent level. And I wanted to make sure I'm like, look, everybody talks about the arm talent. You have to be more than just an arm as a quarterback. You have to lead your football team. You have to make good decisions. You have to do what's necessary to be done to move the football downfield, whether it's being on time sometimes. Sometimes it's just being on time, getting the ball out to the right person. Sometimes it's making a play with your legs. And sometimes it is making those shots, the easy ones, or whatever it is. And you could tell Quinn realized he was going to have to get it done early because we weren't just going to be able to run the football. I also want to give credit to Cedric Baxter and his physicality as a young freshman, especially starting that football game. Even though we weren't getting a whole bunch of yards, his physicality broke through my TV.
Yeah.
Okay. He looked like a SEC running back out there.
I agree.
So for me, I'm like, okay, just that alone, it's enough to keep defense honest to where Bama's just not is just completely disrespect. I don't think Bama ever. I never felt like Bama was totally disrespecting our run game. I felt like it was just enough physicality, just enough oomph to where it's like, they got to respect play action. They got to respect, a ball fake. I thought Sark did a good job of also mixing in a lot of lateral stuff, whether it's bubble screen, delayed screens, our jet motion type stuff, our orbit motion type stuff. He mixed up enough to where they had to stay. They were Bama was off balance,
Yeah.
right? And so those type of things help Quinn. But once Quinn got into a rhythm, it was Quinn dealing. Let's not get it twisted. And I give him a lot of credit just for being surgical down there in that environment.
Yeah. I do as well. And I know, just going on the run game, like, yes, we were physical, but I know we could have been better. Like, there weren't enough run lanes between the guards and tackles. And I don't know if guys were getting stuck on our combos too long or even coming off late. But we did have a couple of good runs burst, towards the end of the game. But it's in those tough grinding times of first, second, third quarter where I want to see those kind of pop. But that's like my only gripe with the O line. Other than that, I think it did pretty well. Running backs as well. Uh, did Cedric Baxter play as much? Like, I saw a lot of Kennedy, Jonathan Brooks,
Jonathan Brooks.
and Keelan, and somewhat of Jaden Blue, but I'm not sure if Cedric got hurt like in the second, third quarter. He went missing for a little bit. I'm not sure if that's just me or.
It's a good question because we did see. It felt like Jonathan Brooks pretty much closed
Yeah. So
down the stretch.
I don't know if that was me or I just missed him, but yeah. But
I like.
I feel like
Hey, we showed out in front of them Bama recruits though.
I know. Yeah, I saw Keelan. Keelan was recruiting. He was recruiting. He's like, I don't blame him. I think LSU did the same thing. I don't know if that was 2019 or 2020
That was 2019. You're right.
when they played Bama. So I think he was on that team. He was on the Alabama team because I don't know what year he transferred, but yeah. But yeah, it was a great team win. I don't really have any too much gripes, but Ant Hill learned from his mistakes. Yeah, Ant Hill, like, he kind of outshined Jay. Like, they're both great players, but tonight, like, Ant Hill was unleashed.
Unleashed.
I do not know what switch PK flipped, but he was just on one today. Yeah,
I liked how they eased him into the game.
yeah,
We didn't see Ant Hill until it was, they kind of used him as like in basketball when you bring like a great scorer off the bench,
yeah,
right, in the middle of the game to kind of throw a monkey wrench out there. I
yeah,
feel like that's what we did with Ant Hill. We kind of brought him off as like the sixth man, like a Manu Ginobili, to come out there and just blow up the game.
yeah,
And that's exactly what he did. It felt like it was a completely different energy. It was a different speed than Melro had actually gotten kind of accustomed to seeing from our defense,
yeah,
from when he kind of was taking his time and trying to get outside the pocket. Ant Hill's running at a different speed too.
yeah.
And we just saw both zeros on both sides. Ant Hill and Jatavian Sanders,
Yeah. Oh,
our brethren from Denton Ryan,
yeah.
out
Oh,
here
they did go to the
unleashed
same high
tonight.
school. They did go to the
Yep.
same high school. Yeah, I didn't. Well, I did not put two and two together. Wow.
Those,
Yeah.
the two Denton Ryan boys were unleashed.
Yeah. It's crazy. That just fucking that blew my mind. Both 0-2. Wow. Did not think about that. Did not think Hill's that fast. Yeah, Anthony Hill's he was moving. I think he did create a lane for Jalen Miller to run. He rushed too far upfield to one play, and Jalen Miller was able to scramble for like a first down or damn near first down. But again, that's just freshman mistakes. He'll know when to. You can't go too far upfield, but they'll get coached up during the week. At least this week we have Wyoming, but refs in Alabama. Yeah, the holding calls were fucking insane. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holding calls were insane.
Yo, I saw it was his name, Nye Black, the tight end. He
Yeah.
had Chris Ross like around his neck
Yeah, about
a
a
few
two.
times.
Yeah,
I mean, several Murph was getting held, it seemed repeatedly, by the center McLaughlin, and they were having a great battle inside. No disrespect against that Bama center is legit.
yeah,
And Murph Murph and him were having a great one. I can't wait to rewatch the film.
Yeah.
That was high level man on man combat that was going on. But there were times where the brother was just flat out holding. And
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. Like,
That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, I mentioned it on Twitter too. I was like, sometimes the whole let the boys play or just let them play, it's like a double edged sword. Like you get the call sometimes, but then again, it's like, okay, it works well like for us, but then against us, it's like, okay, what the fuck, But I mean, I get it. We can't have both. We can't have both like calls go either way, but it is what it is. I'm just happy we kind of pulled out the win, even though we didn't get the calls we wanted. We got the plays we wanted, deep balls, some explosive runs here and there, some sacks. So it's a clean, like Quinn's jersey's clean as shit. That's all. I'm happy about that. Boy didn't touch the ground once unless he was attempting to slide. So that was the only time. But other than that, his jersey's pretty clean. I'm happy to see that every game. Oklahoma's your daddy. Oh man, my daddy's up in Arlington, man. These comments are kind of wild. You deal with this all the time?
welcome to the show.
Dear God. What's wrong with these people?
Right now, because I'm trying to make sure we get to all the people that have donated. But
Oh yeah, just prioritize that, and then we can just get
yeah,
started later.
guys, I appreciate that, Richard. Thank you for the reminder. It's the celebration space. We just beat Bama 34-24 on the road. I know some of you at home are watching, maybe enjoying a beverage as you wind down for the night, and just want to kind of recap and celebrate with fellow fans like ourselves, fellow players like here with Tope. Hit that like button, subscribe. I know we're one of the smaller communities here on YouTube, but this is just here for the fans, right? And us as fans celebrating with one another, and appreciate you guys just being here and rocking with us. So we're gonna keep it going. Absolutely, Luke. That was the theme of tonight. If you went down for a little bit or you had a moment, you got it right back. And that's something that can carry on to a team over a whole season.
Yeah.
It's the mentality, right? And that's something you establish even in practice. Coaches don't want to see people make a mistake and then they down on themselves for play after play after play. It's like, dude, get over it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right? We missed a touchdown. People talk about, Tran said it earlier. Quinn, Jonathan Brooks dropped touchdown. Xavier dropped a touchdown. We could mull on those things, or we can go back and get after it, right? I don't think Jonathan Brooks was thinking about that when he was running the clock out.
Yeah. Or when I don't know what that butt fumble thing, whatever the hell that was.
Right.
This is
Great point.
Awareness on level of 100,000, whatever it may be. Like he was aware, and he like Xavier made up for it with that big 75-yard bomb, and then Jay Brooks with the plays that he was in. But I think that his biggest play was being so aware to know that the ball was out, pick it up and run for two or three more yards to pick up the first down. So I think I got a call from one of my friends saying that if you they zoomed in on Quinn saying like, man, I fucking love you right after that play happened, and it's just just show how big and how important that play was to convert.
It's funny you say that too, because if Tope, or if if Jonathan Brooks doesn't recover that, we're having a big conversation in that moment. We're like, wow, we went quick game on 3rd and 1, didn't get it. Then we try to go sneak game and we bump. Like, what's up with our short yardage and everything? And just again, like you said, that awareness in that moment to do that. I'm glad you said that, because I didn't even think of that when associating it about how he bounced back from his drop earlier. Or and it's football. There's going to be negative plays. People are going to get things over, or you're going to do something that's like, oh man, I shouldn't have come down. Blah blah blah. Like, for example, the very beginning of the game, I thought Jahdae Barron, when he blitzed, I didn't like the way he kept contained. I thought he got sucked in a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
The very next snap, he gets a pick.
Yeah.
The very next snap, he gets a pick. Like, in a great film study, trap the dude, Jalen Ford has inside leverage. Jade kind of comes down on the other end and gets that pick. I'm
Yeah.
like, our guys are mature ballers now.
Yeah.
There's no more like, oh, Texas is mentally weak. Here they go again. We're gonna fold. No, they just go back next play and get it back. And
Yeah.
and make a big every time. People are making big plays, man.
Yeah. I mean, this is the type of stuff I don't want to hear anymore because you went to the worst environment against one of the best teams. Like there aren't any more excuses, and the fact that you can battle, mental, physical adversity. There was a short time Alabama was up, and then there were times where there were some busted plays that we did end up making up for. Like any type of scenario you could imagine happened in that game, planned or
Right.
unplanned. Like, so there's no more excuses. Like they can do it. They've proven to themselves that they can do it. And every game, every game has some type of adversity to it. So every time any adversity hits, they should look towards the Alabama game. Like, hey, like we were able to do this and this, this and this. Like that's the standard. We've been through the worst. We played the best. Let's go out and execute whatever. I'm not sure how our rest of our schedule is. I'm sure we're not playing any more Alabamas there, but still, you can't sleep on any teams. But they should use this Alabama win as like the fucking blueprint of, hey, this is how we get this shit done.
100%. Bones. This game is what having real depth does. No, the depth this year is crazy.
Yeah,
Like I said, we had Ant Hill coming off the bench like a Ginobili in this joke.
yeah, man. Oh man,
Came in and got 30.
he surprised me. Like I knew they were gonna eventually like kind of get him accommodated into the defense like throughout the season, but game two and you're balling like this, like hands down. And I think he was in for Benda, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
And
I,
Benda had a sack earlier. Benda also had he's coverage isn't his forte,
yeah,
but Benda's always gets active in run game. Had a great sack earlier, but the fact again that speaks to the depth that
yeah,
you can go from that guy to that guy. By the way, we still have Mo Blackwell coming back in a few weeks.
yeah,
That's another guy in there. We still have Leona Leif out. Like the amount of guys that we can potentially throw out at linebacker
yeah.
next to an All American and Jalen Ford is kind of ridiculous.
You can make the same argument with the receivers too. Like I didn't see Jonte Cook touch the field once. I didn't see Isaiah Nayor. Maybe a couple plays for Isaiah, but we have some dogs. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy. Like we didn't utilize our entire offense. Like it's even
I
though
think the offense is going to get better and better throughout the year, though,
of course
holistically.
it's a compound effect. Like
Mhm.
you just grow more as the wins as the one game by game you grow physically, mentally, whatever it may be. Guys get more experience, they feel more comfortable. You definitely see that in Ethan Burke. Like imagine like the confidence boost Ethan Burke and Anthony Hill will have going into the Big 12, Big 12 play. Like this game was huge on so many levels for younger guys and older guys. So older guys because they know they can do it. Younger guys so they know like yeah I can play big boy ball now. So it's going to be pretty beneficial across the board. So see how it goes.
Oh man, Oliver, thank you for the super chat. I know Oliver. Oliver's been in a good mood since Thursday. Oliver's a huge Detroit Lions fan,
Really?
and his boys got active on Thursday against the Kansas City Chiefs. So I know you're already feeling good. So you know how I feel right now. You know how we feel right now, getting this dub against the Alabama Crimson Tide. Much respect to Alabama and Nick Saban, what they've built over the years. So that's what makes this so big, especially knowing the amount of staff, right? This is a big win for Steve Sarkisian. You mentioned Keelan Robinson, Kyle Flood, Jeff Banks, right? I mean, there's people I'm probably forgetting off the top of my head. AJ Milwee, like all these guys that came from there that had that used to be their home,
Yeah.
right? Bryant Denny was a place of comfort for them, so they knew what to expect going in there, and what it would be, and clearly they prepared this team for that environment very, very well tonight, and
Yeah.
it showed.
Yeah. And again, from the crowd noise to, again, I'm sure Sark with his experiences at Alabama was able to pour some of his knowledge into the team and like, hey, expect this, expect that. Not just gameplay wise, but crowds, where the student section is, like all those little things kind of play into where and how the guys play. So yeah, they were well prepared, and we saw that tonight.
Shout out to my boy Homer here. I am 30 minutes behind on this is how crazy we are on comments right now. I'm like 30 minutes behind, so I gotta catch up.
Oh, you
But
good?
no, Tope, you said it earlier this week what they would do.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna do a thumbs up because those fuckers lost today. So let's just yeah, let's just keep it. Yeah, at least I'll just yeah. Let's keep it. This hook them. Yeah, no thumbs. But yeah, I called it. Yeah, I knew how my guys play, man. And Christian, me and Denzel, we're in a group chat with Christian, and we just like pumping up like, hey man, you got this. It's your time, man. Your sixth year, like me and Denzel, where you got this. You're experienced enough, and sure enough, he balled out. Same thing with Kelvin, because I did not hear Dallas Turner's name not once today. I'm not sure.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I didn't hear his name not once. So Kelvin got that shit on lockdown. Christian as well. The interior played better. So yeah, just proud of the guys across the board. For all of us who bleed burnt orange, we deserve this win. You're right, we do deserve this win. Thanks, Isaac. Well, I say Isaiah. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a good win. Yeah, honestly, man, I was getting teary eyed. Oh my goodness! Like I haven't been emotional since we played since my senior night, man. But it's just a great feeling knowing Texas is heading in the right direction. And I had all my faith in Coach Flood, all my faith in Coach Sark, and I'm happy to see it's finally paying off. D-line was
I
phenomenal.
apologize. I should have mentioned Bo Davis as well.
Oh yeah,
Bo,
yeah, he did
Bo
play.
Davis.
He was dabbing up Coach Saban after the game. So yeah.
Hey, get off the bus, Bo. My man, get off the bus, Bo. Look, Bo Davis.
Let me tell you
Get
about
off
that. I'm not playing anymore. Shit. Finally. Yeah. Like I was like every game I sit in the same spot right behind Coach Choate. Like it's Coach said because I don't really like talking to people like before or after games, so it's in the same spot. So me and Coach Choate are like bus buddies. And I think we lost to Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
And lost Iowa State, and everybody's joked out in the back. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, I know we just lost the game. What's going on? And Coach David, and this is my fault, so I'm going to apologize. Like, I'm never the one to speak up. Not if I'm angry. Not if I'm like, I don't just want to talk to anybody. Just put some headphones in. Next thing I know, I just hear. I'm like, what's going on? Take the earphones out. Coach Davis is yelling his ass off. Like, you motherfucker hit the portal, and it's just something y'all have already seen from the recording already, and I'm sure y'all know it was Montreal recording. I didn't even know. Like the next day, I saw the video. I was like, who's recording this? So, like, who's sending this shit out? Like, this is Coach Davis from yesterday. Like, because I was on the 3D, so I was on the third bus, and then I saw like some of the starters got the video. I was like, how do y'all even know? Y'all weren't even on the bus. How y'all have it? How do y'all know about this? It's like, well, the video's at like, what video? So that whole Sunday, Monday was trying to figure out who got the video. It turned out to be Montreal, got kicked out the team, but that whole chain of events was like insane. Thank you, Jeffrey. But yeah, it was crazy, but you have leaders like Coach Davis like leading the D line and having that much passion, and it was nothing but support once that video came out and leaked on the Twitter
Yeah.
and the boards. Nothing but support for Coach Davis because y'all had high standards of us too, and for us to be joked out, I'll say us, but as I say us loosely, it was some other guys who I won't name, but y'all were completely in the right, and can't really complain about that. Thank you.
And the thing too is that mentality. I'm big on, does your group reflect the personality of the coach on the field?
Oh,
And I
100%.
think you see that with this defensive line, brother.
Yep.
I
100.
mean, through and through. Jure Bledsoe was out there getting active.
Yeah.
You already know what it is with T Sweat and B Murph,
Yeah.
right? We know what it is with Alfred Collins. The journey that Vernon Broughton has made
Yeah.
as a player.
He didn't really
I
have that
mean,
much stats today, but he was getting pressure like crazy. He could have had a sack today. Was getting pressure like crazy. This is the best ball I've seen from Vernon, T. Sweat, Byron Murphy. Some are new guys. Baron Sorrell. I think he had a better start last season, but he's still getting active too. But this is like the best start, defensive front wise, like front seven wise, we've seen in a long time. So yeah, Keaton Crawford. I'm gonna tell you right now, Keaton Crawford. He's quiet as shit. Rarely talks, but he's a fucking baller. He rarely talks, and I gave him shit for it too in 2021. Like you never talk, but like you're like that. And, I was like, yeah, I'll do what I do. Like probably the last words he ever said to me. Like he's really just a head nod guy or just So yeah, the front seven and Keaton was doing his thing today, even though it was like an Alabama mistake on that punt, but it's whatever. But
Jason Cheney, and sorry it took so long to get to the super chat, man. Thank you for the 50 dub. We appreciate it. SEC. Look, hey, all I know is that them Bama fans were leaving early. That's what I know. I know
yep,
them Bama fans look like they were SEC ready. Um or nah, right? So I heard Tech lost tonight to Oregon,
yeah,
if
I
I'm not
saw the
mistaken.
play. I forgot how that play ended, but
Thank you again, though. You're right. We gotta survive the rat poisoning and the expectations. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
yeah, Christian's too happy right now. Oh my god. Oh, he's excited right now. He's texting me and Den's like they're about to board the plane, but oh, this fucker is happy. Oh, I'm so proud of him, man.
I'm proud of him too, man. I'm proud of them boys too, man. This is just to be here and celebrating all that and like, look, we're in a space, we're in an environment where we can talk about this team from a standpoint of giving their all and being prepared and countering and then being physically dominant and so many people playing up to their potential.
Yeah,
So many people, like we've had people come in that we hype up before. We gas people up all the time,
yeah,
and then they come in, they don't do much. We gassed up my man Adonai, AD Mitchell, all off season.
yeah,
And what does he do? He comes in here and he gets 2 tutties for us.
yep,
And the SEC, he came in here and played like the champion that he is,
yep,
right? That ball that he caught, I know we didn't get points on that drive, but that ball that he caught where the corners in phase, oh my goodness, over the shoulder,
yeah,
that was a beautiful throw by Quinn.
yeah,
But 80's a dog.
yeah. I
80
think
is a dog.
with AD, uh, and I see a comment right here. It's like, Tope, what do you think of the use of JT Sanders in the run game, or even how they're utilizing the tight ends in the screen game? Great using JT on the screen game, but if you don't have receivers that can fucking block, don't fucking call the damn play. Like it's just like, and I think it's just the O line in me. That's like I tweeted this. I was like, sometimes I wish I was a receiver so I can block. Like that was like my biggest pet peeve of the game. Like AD Mitchell is a great receiver. Like caught 2 touchdowns for us, but like, oh my god, when JT caught that screen pass going up the middle, and like I saw AD just standing there, I was like, oh my god. Had JT had to cut back, like go towards the right pylon, and then try and like kind of fuck around, but it's like that wouldn't have happened if somebody can just block or if receivers can just block. So that was like my biggest pet peeve of the game. Like, yeah, 2 touchdowns, but then again, like the win doesn't hide the mistakes, doesn't hide the errors of the game, and those things that have to get fixed. And I'm sure that people were pretty critical of his blocking in the game too. So that's my main priority: blocking and then catching, but mainly blocking because that shit was atrocious today. Great
The
player though.
hat is courtesy. The hat is courtesy of Last Stand Hats. Shout out to Last Stand Hats, official channel sponsor, Fanatic Perspective. This is actually one of their newer hats, and they have an Embrace the Hate hat coming out. By the way, so just FYI. Sorry, you can continue, Tope.
Yeah, I was just saying like that was just my biggest pet peeve with the game. Like great use of JT, but if you're going to use this tight end screen, like O line guys are blocking as well, but if you don't have receivers blocking downfield, like it's just infuriating for me because like I hate seeing people just stand around and do nothing, and uh, I know all too well about standing around doing nothing. I had that beat in me, so it was like if I see a receiver standing around doing nothing and knowing we can fully well get a touchdown on this play, it's going to be
Right.
frustrating. But 80 is a great player. He caught 2 touchdowns for us. Dude is fucking explosive as shit. But if he could just fix that blocking, like Shanahan's inner Jay Witt that I know all those receivers have, then I think would be great.
Tope, I want you to talk about your boy,
What's up? Who?
Arlington's finest, DJ Campbell. Shout out
Mhm.
to Jordan S for the super chat. This is kind of where we started out with our discussion last week.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought, hey, let's sit DJ down. He's not ready. He didn't play well in their ice game. Things were moving too quick. If Cole's healthy, let's go back to Cole, blah, blah, blah. You mentioned them rotating today, and I noticed it as well. But there were certain plays, especially the touchdown after the pick, after the bug pick. DJ takes his man, drives him, and then goes second level. And whoever that guy was, he got on Bama. He drove that boy into the end zone.
Yeah.
I think he put him on his ass too. But I thought DJ was night and day from last week to this week, and I thought Cole played well too. Cole, especially a pass pro, from what I noticed, your eye is way better than mine. I'd love to hear you talk about right guard play tonight.
Yeah. Well, again, I did say a couple days ago that TJ would end up starting the game, just depending on if his ankle was good or not. Just because, like, I know again he wants to play. Who doesn't want to play against Bama? I didn't anticipate them splitting reps, but I'm glad they did because you got to see Cole's strength in pass pro, DJ's strength in run blocking. Because the guy's what 6'3", 340. He can move guys, and he's strong as hell. So DJ did step up, and I told you guys, ballers ball. Regardless of the situation, ballers fucking ball. And DJ, he's is a prime example of that tonight. I'm sure
Saw
he.
5-star traits from DJ tonight.
What's up?
You saw 5-star
Yeah.
traits from DJ tonight. You saw
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And again, I must have missed the. I was busy celebrating. I must have missed him driving his guys into the end zone. But I'm sure he's aware of the comments, the critique he got last week against Alabama, and he wanted to prove himself this week, and he actually did that. And I'm proud of the guy. I texted him last week saying like, "Hey man, like you're probably the best blocker we have in open space. Like build on that stuff. Build on one strength. Make sure it bleeds into another strength." Which could be run blocking, wide, outside zone, inside zone, whatever it may be. But take that one thing you're good at. You're not a finished product by any means, but take that one strength and make sure you kind of spread it out throughout your whole like terrible for reference, but like utility belt, like whether run blocking, pass blocking, outside zone, inside zone, whatever it may be. But make sure to transfer that same tenacity, that same energy into the rest of your skill set, and you can be a great player. And today was a great example of that. Cole, on the other hand, the offense was rolling with both guys in there, so I couldn't even judge who was doing well, who wasn't. So I'm sure they both had their mistakes. That's how games go. If you grade out 100, if you grade out 100%, then you should be the permanent starter. But everybody makes mistakes, and they both balled out today. But I would have to take a closer look and see, like, okay, who really should have, who made more mistakes than the other. So yeah,
And I mean, it looks to me that's something that's just going to play out throughout the season. And I mean, Kyle Flood did say at the beginning of before the season started, I feel like I got 8 guys that can play. Neto was getting so much praise last week,
yeah,
and Hayden caught me. He didn't really have a reason to play Neto today, but that's how deep we are, right? Cam Williams, who you also talked about, these are guys that we start talking about the depth that's being built, and then some of even the younger guys like Peyton Kirkland and Gooseby and all these guys that will come on in years to come. That's
yeah,
how we're building this out now, right? And
yeah,
so seeing guys that are redshirt freshmen, all these guys are young too. Cole Hudson is young.
yeah,
DJ's young, right? I mean, Jake Major's an old head,
yeah.
and Christian's an old head, but like Calvin Banks is in year
Oh,
2.
okay. Was an elderly man, man. 6 years. That's elderly. That was old. Got gray
That
hairs.
boy-
That boy got gray hairs, man.
Hey, shout out to Jake Majors, man. Great win for you. Hey, way to stick it out in the program and be part of something special, brother. Great job. Um, let's see.
Yeah, if DJ can figure it out. Yeah, I 100% believe Coach Flood said that too. Like, if DJ can figure it out, he'll be an all conference player. And it's always between the ears. That's all it is with O line. You can be as big as you can, as strong as you can, but it always comes down to what's in between your ears. And that DJ, I'm sure he picked up a lot of stuff this week and kind of corrected himself, got in the playbook a little bit, but definitely, yeah, I agree with that statement from Coach Flood. Texas homer.
Hunter King, what's good, baby? What's good, man? Special occasion, amen. My one of my buddies in the real world, Kyle here representing. Already got the Quinn Ewers cigar photo up for his profile pic with a 20
Yeah,
burger. Hey man, we taking over for the 99 2000, baby.
yes, sir. Oh
I
man.
love it. I love it. Appreciate y'all, fellas.
Quinn's in his Joe Burrow era. He's in his Joe
Hey,
Burrow.
Quinn, but in all seriousness, I want to go back to something I was saying earlier about Quinn. I'm going to continue to say this.
Yeah,
I'm grading him at a high standard because he is a high profile, high standard player. It's no different. Any top level guy, Caleb Williams is going to grade himself at that standard.
yeah,
I'm grading Quinn Ewers when he came out of high school, and since he's been competing. When we talk about the 7-on-7 circuit, him playing at South Lake Carroll against Duncanville and all these teams, he has always been compared to the top level guys.
yeah,
But there has been times where he has not performed to that level, where he's not shown that consistency. That's why I was hard on him last week, just in terms of cleaning stuff up, because this is what I know he is capable of, and
yeah,
many of us know what he's capable of. So we're going to grade you, and that's for the whole season moving forward. You can't show me this in Tuscaloosa and show me cool hand Luke, and
yeah,
then go back to being lazy in your mechanics next week against Wyoming.
yeah.
That's my thing, right?
I
Let's
agree.
be sharp every week.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all I'm saying.
No, I agree. And again, I mentioned like all this bullshit about like playing up to competition and then play like keep it the same throughout every week. Like keep the same mentality, keep the same routine. Whatever you did for Bama week, do that shit for the next 10, 11 weeks. That's all I care about. Let's say 13. Let's count the Big 12. Don't mean to jinx it. Like just do that shit for the rest. Like whatever. Like do not change any part of your routine. Keep the same mechanics. If you got to get in more work, get in more work. But whatever he did this week, replicate that shit. Just please. Like I get like last we got a flash of it last year's game against Alabama, and you sadly got knocked out in the first quarter, but like and then it kind of was on a steady decline towards the end of the season and whatever. But after this game, dude, it's only up from here, and like now you have a fan base behind you. If you hadn't already, like I feel like this is his time, and I don't mean to bring in like the H word, the little award ceremony in December, but I'm trying to jinx anything,
It,
but
it, it felt like that type of performance.
yeah,
And especially as the night went on and he was counterpunching.
yep,
Texas is up 2 scores in this game at one point. I think it was 13-3. We're up 13-6 at halftime. Felt like we had a very poor third quarter. Bama takes the lead on the Jermaine Burton touchdown. Quinn Ewers and them go right back, man. He goes right back again. Now and then it felt like on that point when he nailed that deep ball, and I know it was wide open. And a
yeah,
lot of this is Sark too. We got to be honest. Like he plays in a terrific scheme where guys were wide open all night. Like there were so many times with Jamian Sanders, you look at this TV screen, and you're like, where are the Bama guys at? Like guys are wide open. I'm not going to front, but he nails AD Mitchell right, and at that moment when he hit that throw and it's like, and we've all talked ad nauseum about the deep ball issues that Texas has had just completing those passes, and when he nails that, and you see him walking off the field, you can't think to say like, damn, is that going to be on the Heisman clip
yeah,
in New York in December? Like that's what it felt like, and that's not even gas to me. Like there's only not even a handful of quarterbacks that have gone and done that against a Nick Saban defense in that environment. And this Alabama defense is no joke. Caleb Downs, Terry Arnold, Julio McKinstry, Malachi Moore, Dallas Turner, Braswell.
Mm,
I mean that's not a joke of a group. They're going to be very very good in SEC play this year.
true.
They will be fine. They will get better too. But when you see him kind of walk off there, it's like Quinn. Let's grow. Like I'm with you. I'm with you, Tope. Let's go up from here.
Yeah.
Let's raise the stakes every week. This is how we execute, man. No more, no more. Oh, we had a bad. Oh, we got off to a slow start. Oh, we're sluggish. Nah, bro. You showed me way too much.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah.
You've already shown me way too much, bro.
I think one thing I take away from Coach Hand is that every time we do something good on film, he always says, "You're fucked." Like you're fucked because now I know you can do it. Now I can see that you can do it. So next time we call the same play, you better do the exact same shit that you just did right here. So that's one thing. That's one thing I love. I love about Coach Hand. Every time somebody did something good, now you're fucked. So it's kind of motivating, but also like, hey, like I know you can do this. I believe in you. You can do better. But so Quinn, you're fucked. You're fucked.
We know what you're capable of.
Exactly. So
And,
it's
the,
yeah. What were you saying?
and look, it's not to say that, and the beauty of it is too. If Quinn, I'll put it this way. What I am more encouraged by is if he does have a bad quarter or a bad half, he's now capable to bounce back.
Yeah.
Like if he does have one of those things where it's like, damn it, I shouldn't. Man, all right, let me tap in. Let me lock in. I know he can fix it himself now, versus at other moments before, where it's like, are we gonna spiral? Are we just? This is just where we are as a team today, I guess. And that's growth. He's also a young player relative to how much football he's played, but that's growth. And now we want to see him be a dominant player.
Yeah.
Quinn was dominant tonight. And I want to see a dominant player week over week because that's what he can be. And that's what he showed. He's a dominant player when he's locked in his head. When I saw his face and he has that quiet swagger and it's almost a scowl on his face. You can't tell me that all the other brothers on the squad are like, "Ooh, shit, that's my quarterback."
Yeah, everybody knew. Everybody knew.
Ooh, shit.
I know Malik was like in his ear, like, "Oh yeah, I see you, dog. Like, what's up? Let's do this." So I don't know. I wanted to ask you this last week. I mean, before this game, but I'm not sure how the Heisman works. Like, I don't know if opponents come into play, stats, whatever it may be. Because I know Caleb Williams, he's the defending Heisman winner. There's not really much play or competition in the Pac-12. So, like, how does that get graded?
So to me, the thing is, it's a very regional award from a standpoint of where voters are and what they see. That's number one. Number two is the Heisman is as much a storyline as it is anything else, and how that story plays out throughout the season. One of the things that happened last year is that Caleb took over a USC team that had won 4 games. Him and Lincoln they were obviously at OU the year before, and we really didn't have a dominant person throughout the season. And then and then USC's big games were kind of backloaded. They had like Notre Dame at the end and some of the bigger, nationally televised games where he went crazy. And so at the end, because there wasn't really a dominant front runner or anything, he was able to really run away with that award, especially when you factor in the stats and everything he was doing week over week. Now, the thing is, though, we've seen Heisman years where somebody's come out early and had a big moment, big performance, and they're the guy. Now we got to see, do they maintain it? Are they dominant, right? Are they putting up numbers? Are they winning all the big, like Quinn's going to have to ball out against OU, right? All the games that are against the big names, and we have the record, the storyline is now there for him, at least in terms of that thing. You have guys right now like Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter who were week over week playing on a Colorado team that shocked everybody the first 2 weeks. How does that translate in week 8, week 9, right? Are they still around or have they fizzled? So every year is different, and I'm sure people in the comments will have their chime in and whatnot. Some guys just roll with it over the course of the year, where you have like a Cam Newton type season or a Joe Burrow type season.
Mm-hmm.
Like Joe Burrow, it's clear where his Heisman campaign started. It started in Austin, Texas, right? And you saw what Joe did; it just elevated.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we like to see from Quinn, where he just elevates, and the story is behind him.
How about
But
even the competition though? That's my biggest worry. Like, okay, outside of OU, like you have Baylor who's taking losses to Texas State, Texas Tech is taking losses to Wyoming, or even TCU taking losses to Colorado. Like, how do you? Was it did Houston just lose to Rice? I think that's what the comment said. Like, how do you prove yourself with teams that are subpar?
so that's a really good question. Some of that Taylor kind of figures itself out over time.
Yeah.
Just like you said with Rice, we may look back and Rice has won 8 games or whatever, and it's like they actually weren't bad.
Mhm.
We were wrong.
It's like it's
I,
just
you know what I mean? Like, that's a good point, though.
yeah, it's just like gauge it. Like how do you gauge how good someone's gonna be? And it's just uh yeah, he did show up. Yeah, it's just crazy. Like I'm trying to understand it. Like I want nothing more than Quinn to win it, and was just like okay, like I want it to be zero doubt. Like he's the guy. Like I don't want people to look at the schedule. I don't want people to look at the stat. Like I just want people to know like okay, he's a baller. He does this X, Y, and Z. But you know, I didn't know that much went into the Heisman, so it's kind of like weird now, I guess.
Hey, welcome to the fan side of things, man. It's going to
Yeah,
be an interesting journey this year, especially since the team that you support and that you're alum to, you have a guy right now that is now clearly in the mix of things very early in the season, right? He's going to, again, the consistency is going to have to be there week over week. You can't lay a donut against Wyoming next week. You got to come out and be a dominant football player next week,
yeah.
right? Dominate the football game. Jeffrey Janelle, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it. Somebody said Brett Yarmack punching air right now. Hell yeah, he is.
Fuck that dude.
Hating on us.
I'm tired of that. I'm tired of him already. Tired of him. I don't know if I hate him more or Joy McGuire. And I hated Joy McGuire from high school because we played Cedar Hill my junior and senior year. But like all this talking about like I told you they're going to break from. I think he said that last season, and then he must go ahead and steal the whole embrace the hate shit. That's already like irking my nerves. Like I just cannot stand that. I hate people who talk too much, get their mouth, their face beaten by a subpar Wyoming team who are going to play next week, and then all of a sudden you're humble again. Nah, I'll do the humbling for you. Come Thanksgiving weekend. Like I don't do all that. So fuck Joey McGuire, guys. Fuck Joey McGuire and Brett Yarmark, whatever the fuck his name is. So yeah, tell us, Tope. Tell y'all what? I don't know. How do you follow these comments?
It's you can't. You just try your best to keep up, brother. I'm on cloud 9, right? And the people are
Yeah.
here with me. Look, if I miss a comment, I appreciate every single person that comments. It's a lot, and sometimes people are talking to each other in the chat too. That's another thing. You got to realize that. A fellow YouTuber here from OU, my man over here. We will talk to you in a few weeks. I saw y'all handled your business against SMU. Congratulations. But I appreciate the congrats from the other side of the 50. So we'll see. We'll see you in a few weeks. Um, My wife said Travis Kelsey Raymond. See, she's in here trying to throw me off.
Oh,
She's
Travis
in here.
Kelce. He needs to hurry up.
She's
He's on my
she's
fantasy
in
team.
here trying to. She's in here trying to throw me, trying to keep me humble.
Uh,
How we feeling about the Big 12 tweet? I didn't.
Let me
What
check
the Big 12 tweet? I didn't even see it. I've been in here.
the Big 12 Zeet, you mean? Let's see. Big 12 conference.
What they tweet?
Here we go. They said Texas. Oh, no, they retweeted that. Um, I don't see anything. They tweeted a video of Quinn. That's it. Mitchell touchdown. Yeah, they just tweeted a video of Quinn.
It's
That
like the yeah, it's the weakest. Yeah,
yeah,
it's like some half-ass
yeah.
whatever, dude.
The Big 12 can go.
Whatever, dude.
They can go fuck themselves. I don't have time for that nonsense.
I agree.
It's too
Hey, I
much.
was proud of Jake Majors tonight, though. Jake
Yeah,
Majors led his crew. I thought the communication he made sure. It's I don't. So Tope King, I have a question.
yeah.
I don't. It's not easy for a center for the right guard to be rotating next to him like that, right? Even from just a feel and communication standpoint. I mean, continuity is a big part of y'all's game as well. Talk about how Jake handled that, just having to go, kind of a little rotation going right next to him.
I don't think it matters. Like the combo blocks still stay the same. It just
Okay.
matters who's able to execute on a consistent basis. So I don't think the person matters. Well, it does if one person doesn't know the plays or not. Like you want somebody next to you who wants to know what the combination block is, where it's going to. But for Jake, I don't think it matters. They've practiced it, especially Alabama. I'm sure they had a lot of reps during practice to know what blocks go where and who to block, and the scout team was giving a great look. But Jake is fucking cerebral. Jake is the smartest guy in that room. And there are times where like he actually suggests stuff to do during blocks. And I've never seen that before, not even with Shaq. But he would suggest things to Coach Flood, and Coach Flood would be like, all right, let's think about it, let's see how it would work, this and that. But Jake is, like you said, he silenced a lot of people today. Like I guess people were talking about the interior last week, but Jake is fucking cerebral. Like once you give Jake a playbook and like a week's worth of time, the shit's down packed. So it's rare Jake makes a mistake, and if he does, like he'll be the first one to tell you he fucked up. Dude's a fucking genius, and I'm proud I got to play with him for a couple games, and I can't see what's next for him the rest of the season.
I'm glad that you mentioned that tidbit about him even suggesting things to the coaching staff.
Yeah,
I've always been big on especially when you're an older guy, and this is regardless of where you are on the offense, whether you're a runner, receiver, pass, whatever you do, taking ownership of something, understanding the offense well enough to where it's like, hey, can we build something else off of this? Or what if we did that? Or conceptually, what if we did this? That just shows ownership of what you want, right? You're not just there to run plays or execute stuff. You're there to enhance it and make sure you're as good as you possibly can be.
I mean,
Uh,
if you think about it, he's technically been starting for 4 years. Like he started the back end of 2020, and ever since then he's kept the same spot. So he's had this compound experience where it's like he knows what to do. He knows so much that he's willing to make suggestions to the coach and ask like, "Hey, this would be a better angle if I did this type of block, or maybe we can try this to get this type of block." So, yeah, this is stuff you should know about Jake because I'm not I doubt Jake is the type of guy to talk about himself, but I'll sing his praises for him. He's a very intelligent guy. So
yeah, Texas beat Bama tonight by 10. Again, 34-24 victory in Tuscaloosa. Yes, we were favored to lose by 7. The 10-point margin could have easily been 20 or more had the offense been more efficient in the first half. We definitely left points on the table. I thought situationally, we actually did not play our best football tonight. And that's something we're going to nitpick during the week when we really get in, especially when we get into the film. There was situationally short yardage. I mean, the Jonathan Brooks play was crazy, but that should have never happened
no.
for a fumbled snap on a quarterback sneak. And after we don't convert on a 3rd and 1, we've got to clean that stuff up. 2.8 yards per carry is not good enough, over the course of a season. Absolutely not. But for week 2, right? It's week 2, and it's September, and we still have one more game before conference play starts. Yeah, while we left some stuff on the board, we also have a lot to learn from, and we should be we should be getting better. If these things were happening in November and December, I'd be like, what the hell,
Yeah.
right? But I think it's a good sign that you have these things to grow from, but you're still able to have success early in the season. And they were able to play this game tonight. To me, I don't know about y'all, but it felt like playoff intensity at times. It really did. When you watch college football playoff games or conference title games, it felt like that type of intensity. We know Bama wanted this one bad, right? And to overcome those things and still win by double digits on the road, we were the flat out better football team.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question about it. You won on the road by 10 points, and you had all these hiccups, in places where you didn't get points. You had a missed field goal tonight. You still won by 10. You were the better football team. No question.
And yes, I'm from Arlington. Somebody asked if I was, yeah.
All right, Tope, I'm going to go for just a few little bit more just to address everybody here because
You're good.
Jordan S, man, you've been showing love all night. When Bama went up 16-13, Texas didn't flinch. That's what we've been waiting to see. No offense to, hey man, no offense to, I'm sure. No, look, hey,
I'm
we
with you.
would have voted in the past.
We're on the same side now. We're on the same side, and I don't know. I don't take offense, not if it's from a genuine approach. So it is what it is. Like I agree with you to a certain extent. Like a bunch of that does fall under coaching and how they're. So I do think mentality was kind of starting to change in 2021 when Coach Sark was hired. But again, you don't change the whole culture of a program in 9 to 10 months. So. It's been almost 2 years now, 2.5 years. So I agree with you there. So it's a good hearing from you. Good hearing from you.
Walking your trap, take over your trap. Amen.
Sir.
Amen.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, that SEC skit gonna hit different this week. I agree, David. I agree, you guys.
I love those. Those are hilarious. Oh my god.
Those skits are crazy.
Yep.
Those skits are crazy. That's gonna hit different this week.
Yep.
Thank you for the donation, David Rodriguez. They're gonna hit different this week. Now people love you on here, Tope. I'm just glad I get to have a buddy on where we can talk ball and break this stuff down with on nights like this, right? And we were able to hear from Brother Tran earlier. He had a fight party and a Texas watch party at his house. It was crazy going on at his house. I'm glad I got to get Tran on just for the few minutes we got him. But yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, I forgot the whole Adesanya fight is on, but yeah.
My boy Texas Homer in here, always getting us ready week over week. Make sure y'all are subscribed to Texas Homer on YouTube. He said they also like, he's talking about the Heisman committee, QBs that create. So if you scramble, that is true. That is true. In terms of play style is what he's talking about for the Heisman. So I will say this though, if Quinn continues, the thing with Quinn is going to be consistency. That's it. If he continues, because I understand what he's saying, and they do like the flashy guys, but if you do what Quinn is doing week over week over week, like Burrow, yeah, exactly, like Burrow.
It's funny. I just saw a highlight on Twitter like Caleb Williams is another scramble, fucking insane play touchdown. So against Stanford, it's crazy how he's doing this stuff. It's like I don't know how he does it.
Kieran, I did hear from Kieran. I want right before the stream. He's having a good time, so let the brother enjoy himself. We will check in with Kieran in the morning and kind of see where he's at. But I did hear from him shortly before the stream. My brother is outside. I'll just leave it at that. He is outside. Let's see, what else should we discuss here?
Yo, did you catch up on the comments? The page.
I'm almost there. I'm 5 minutes away on the comments now.
Okay. I just want to answer somebody. Love Tope. Thank you. DJ Ceiling seems a bit, but
Oh, I got you here. I'm now pretty much caught up now.
cool. Yeah, love Tope. I can't tell. Like he was slinging the ball with DJ, slinging it with Cole. There's no way of gauging who he's comfortable with. Um, but I mean, we'll see. Only time will tell. Coach Flood's the man who makes that final decision. It doesn't really matter who Quinn's comfortable with or not. It's just a matter of Coach Flood feeling who's the best five guys. So I wish I could have been more help with this question. I'm sorry. Is Kieran the one that does the TikToks?
Yes,
Oh man, that dude's funny. That dude's
yeah.
funny.
So I normally Karen will be on coming on here for post game shows. Probably starting next week.
Okay.
Um, it's just he was out of town this week, so I'd love to. I think you guys would be funny together having on us at the same time
Oh yeah, I'm
because
down.
we always have some great banter here with the chat and fans. And guys, the 331 people that are still here at
100?
God knows what, 300, there's 331 people in the chat right now
I
that
thought
are
it,
watching.
thought that was like 20. I would have been more like censored. My bad, guys.
No, it's 333 here right now. Hit that like button and show us some love. We got my man Tope in here. Tope, we vibing tonight, man. We just we talking ball. We're fans. We're reacting to a great win
Yeah.
in Alabama. Nothing but love. People are enjoying it. This is a celebration space.
I still can't believe we fucking did that. Oh my
We
goodness.
fucking did that, man. You absolutely damn right. We fucking did that. Tope Hilbert,
Yeah. Damn. Ugh. It's crazy. Yeah,
PHB.
I was gonna make like a whole argument. Like I was thinking like, well, is there a way we can like not claim this as a win because like okay, the quarterback isn't really that good. But then again, I was like, last year you knocked out our quarterback, so like, nah, it's all good. Yeah.
Nah. All this kind. It's funny though because it really does kind of validate the whole knocked out the quarterback thing
Yeah. It does.
because Alabama really doesn't. I will say this, and somebody can clip it if they want. You want to turn the TikTok camera on? You can do it right now. Alabama never wants to see Quinn Ewers ever again.
Yeah.
He's their boogeyman.
They got lucky last year.
You hear me, Bama fans? In the 5 quarters, in the 5 quarters y'all have seen against Quinn Ewers, he has lit y'all's asses up.
Mm. They do not want any part of that guy.
You know what? If we could make every game the opponent look like Bama, Quinn's going to be the number one pick in the 2024 NFL draft
Especially if
because that's what he does to them.
yeah. I know.
Quinn Ewers, mm, 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 mm.
True.
My boy went to Bama and did that thing.
Yep. Going to be on the show was a wrap. Oh man.
Who
It's
said Kool-Aid got boiled?
yeah, it's I still can't believe we freaking won. Like I don't know. Like there's
It's starting, yeah,
I'm sure
it
USC
hasn't hit.
yeah, it hasn't nah. I'm sure gonna wake up
It hasn't
tomorrow
hit.
even happier. But I'm sure USC is gonna lose a couple games like Utah. I think they lost to Utah last year.
They also Utah twice.
Damn. Oh, in the Pac-12 championship too. Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like I want to go undefeated. USC loses a couple games. That kind of gives us an edge. Give us an edge on a Heisman. But other than that, I
Well,
really
the other thing too is Kieran. I give Kieran credit for this because he talked about it at the beginning of the year. The way Texas is built, how many games on Texas's schedule should even be competitive, right? Like in
honestly,
terms of like when you really think about it, like the way that the depth that they have. Again, the fact that I can play almost 2 quarters and some change before I even throw an Anthony Hill at you, and then I throw an Anthony Hill at you, and he comes in the game.
yeah, like What?
It puts up like 35 points and 15 rebounds
Like
off
it's
the bench. Like,
insane.
that's crazy.
Like here, like Wyoming, Baylor, which they just lost, Kansas.
Baylor's going to be 1-2 because they play Long Island next week and then they play us.
Okay.
Baylor's going to be 1-2 when they face us, and I don't know if they'll have their starting quarterback Blake Shapen for that matchup. We will be playing Baylor in Waco on the road for our Big 12 opener. But I mean, Utah just went in there and won with backups,
Yeah.
backup quarterback, and backup tight end, backup lineman, and they went and came back and won. And Baylor also lost to Texas State. That's a team that Texas should dominate.
I
As
mean,
just watching it, I'm sorry, just watching these games.
yeah.
I watched Baylor today. I watched that game very, very closely. They don't have the vertical speed they used to have at receiver.
Yeah, 2019 was insane. Their receivers in 4 years
Oh
ago,
yeah,
man.
them brothers used to be able to fly.
And was Matt Rule coaching that, or was that Dave
Yeah,
Aranda?
that was Rule.
Yeah, them boys was on our asses. Oh my goodness, they were on our ass. Baylor, Kansas, OU, Houston, BYU, Kansas State, TCU, Iowa State, Texas Tech. We have all the means to go undefeated this season. Oh my goodness, like the toughest battle is behind us. The only thing is we just cannot get complacent, and Quinn keeps the
You
gas
know what
up.
the toughest battle is?
What?
Texas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. I 100% agree. 100% agree. 100%. That's a true answer.
Texas is Texas's biggest opponent, and I know that's somebody's gonna say, man, you got that from the Rocky movie. You're damn right I did, from the Creed movie. But that's the biggest opponent is our own self. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been watching these teams. We all study film. Wyoming has some good players next week that we'll see, and there's a reason why they beat Texas Tech.
Yeah.
We should win that game at home, no problem. We should beat Baylor, no problem. We should beat these teams, and I'm not saying we're not gonna have a hiccup where we don't execute for a certain period of time, blah blah blah. But when we look at these games and we look at the special talent on this roster, look how many people we named from the defensive line tonight. Guys that aren't even starters
Yep.
that contributed and put up stats. I didn't even mention Baron Sorrell, Chris Ross, Ethan Burke.
Is he is Ethan the permanent start? He's a starter, right?
Yeah, Ethan's the starter. Yeah,
And who
Ethan's the starter opposite of Baron Sorrell, but
you replace?
Ethan. Oh my goodness! I mean, Ethan. Last year we had Ovia Gofu there.
Ovi, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Ethan. I mean, let's just be honest. Ethan's 6'7" with those arms and that bend. He's
Yeah.
like that's those are NFL traits.
I'm
It
begging,
makes a difference.
Coach Beckton, like, get this guy in the weight room, like, make him a JJ Watt type of fucking player. Like,
Oh my god, like an
he's
Aiden Hutchinson type.
Aiden Hutchinson,
Yeah.
please, like, you can still see like I won't say like fat, but you still see like he can get toned, he can gain weight, he can be like a dominant defensive player, and I can see that for him. But again, I don't know what type of plan Coach Beckton has for him, but he can be a dominant player. Who's that guy from Baylor who won like the Defensive Lineman of the Year award 4 years ago?
Oh yeah. What was his name? I know exactly who you're talking about. Was it Lynch? Was it Aaron Lynch?
I
What
think
was
his
his
last
name?
name was Lynch. I think his last name, but
I
something
thought
like
his name was
he was a
Lynch.
bitch to block too. Like, and he's from the Round Rock area, I believe.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys Texas didn't recruit, ended up biting us in the ass. Same thing with Deuce Vaughn. But
Look, somebody in the chat look that up real quick. Who's that Baylor D line? I know exactly what you're talking. I thought it was like Lynch or something. I can't. My
definitely,
mind is. But you're right. That guy was dominant. That Baylor guy a few years ago. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, Ethan's also a guy that was from what I understand heavily focused on lacrosse.
James Lynch.
Um, what was his name?
James Lynch.
James Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unanimous All American. Yeah, he has so much potential to do that, and I'm happy Coach Davis like decided to start. You know, he's underclassman, but decided he realized the upside to this guy, and oh man, this is going to be a sight to see. If UT, no, it's not Sean Oakman. No, that guy was. Yeah, that's a good. So this guy Travis Acton said Burke already double sacks that we got from Obi last year. Damn right, and it's only game 2 against Bama. Game 2 against Bama. We have 10 more games to go. 11 more games to go. Imagine how it's between. Well, he's not. Did he redshirt last year?
I don't know if he got a red shirt because he played. He played. I don't know if he played more than 4 games last year. It's confusing now because he played last year. I don't know if he got a red shirt. I could check real quick.
I was about to say because if you're talking about Big 12 freshman, defensive freshman of the year, like those two are in contention with each other. Because I think redshirts still qualify for that award. But I'm not sure if.
Nah, Ethan played 11 games last year.
Damn it. So yeah, it's gonna be all Anthony Hill. If he had that type of performance against Alabama, imagine the rest of the season. So I would imagine Anthony Hill wins that award, and Cedric Baxter.
Somebody made a good point. Uh, and you add Colin Simmons to this next year. You add Zena from Allen to this next year,
Yeah,
to this group. I
it's
still have.
gonna be dangerous
Ooh,
because
ooh.
it's
Bassick, he'll have a year to get his body together, who was Ethan's teammate at Westlake, who's not even playing yet. Like, that's a whole situation they
yeah.
got building on
I
the
don't
end.
know. Coach Davis knows what he's doing, man, and it's gonna be It's gonna be nasty. And I'm hoping they do prioritize strength conditioning because once you get into the SEC, those are big boys, like legit, like corn fed, like guys in Mississippi who are corn fed, stay home to play for their home state. It's you got to get guys bigger and stronger. So uh, I hope Coach Beckton and Coach Davis find a plan for those guys. Do you expect the front seven?
Billy, hey, yo, Billy's in hell tonight, Kyle. Billy's in hell. Billy's in hell tonight.
The first thing I did was go to this dude's Twitter. Like I just wanted to see what he's been
Oh
silent
no. Oh no.
with
What
the
happened?
loss and then our win, just fucking silent. And I'm just so pissed. Like I love seeing people melt down. I love it. Mayhem, chaos, anarchy, discord. I love it. So the fact that he didn't tweet shit, I'm pissed. It's one of the few things I was looking forward to, guys. So mad.
You
Oh,
know, I Billy. Look, Billy is a. I do consider Billy a friend. He's been helpful from a content creation standpoint. I'm talking about in terms of on a outside of football.
I
However,
you said a lot of stuff to Texas fans where I don't say anything. I'm like, yeah, this guy's kind of mean.
uh, Billy, however, they're going to be in shambles on Texags. They are going to be in shambles. When I talk about their defensive court, because Elko's at Duke now, doing his thing over at Duke. They got DJ Dirk in there, who they want to get rid of.
Yeah.
But be careful. Be careful because y'all over here getting these recruits, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just got, Don McKinley, some of these other guys that we after.
That's what I
If you
think.
start firing coaches, we back in that thing. All right? So those of you out there, and Corey and Gibson, I hope you're watching too, who committed to Clemson. Those of you, Wardell Mack, who committed to Florida, you sure y'all don't want to be a part of this thing
Yep.
at Texas?
It's funny.
Are you sure?
I didn't think about recruiting the entire game. And I just realized, this game was huge. I don't know
This
how
game was huge, brother.
I don't know how many
Sark,
stars.
think about how much juice you have if you're Sark or any position coach calling these recruits back. Like
Yeah,
I know you saw our product tonight.
yeah, I'm saying, yep. Man, I'd be those calls, man. I'm like, you already know what's up. I don't even gotta tell you nothing. You saw the game. You saw the
You
game.
saw the
Just tell me when you want to commit, and I got you.
game.
If I'm sorry, that's all I'm saying. Just tell me when you want to commit. That's how much
Y'all know
swagger
what the
I have.
y'all know what the call gonna sound like.
Yeah, like
You get Corey Gibson back on the phone. You sure?
I wouldn't be
Micah
surprised.
Hudson too. Hey,
Bro,
Micah, I know you want to get active next year. Come on.
exactly.
Come
And
on.
come on, like even they just 2 games. Like, there's no way he has to go to. He wants to go to Tech. Like, come on now. There's no way. Like, you gotta. Come on. But I'm hoping. I
They
know.
calling these boys on the jet, Tope. They on the phone on the plane. You know they got a list.
I was just about to say, like, I know they're tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. I know they're making calls. I know they're going to be making calls. But oh my goodness, dude. I know that the recruiting team is working overdrive. Coach Sark probably going to have some coffee in the system by the time they land. Like, he's going to be up making calls, making his contacts. It's oh my goodness. Come December, we will be happy, one, with the team, because I think we're going to win the conference, and then two, with our recruiting class. It's gonna be a great year. It's gonna be a great way to finish
They
out the
gonna
year.
have Ant Hill and Jonte and them boys on Face. Hey, get Micah on FaceTime real
Yeah,
quick. Ask him if he's sure.
yeah. I know them boys recruiting too. Like I know they're recruiting because they want to see the place better than what they left it. That's why like after we beat uh who's our Kansas State for our senior game, me and Denzel, Kelvin Banks, DJ, Neto, doing whatever we can. Denzel hosted Cam Williams, doing whatever we can to help Coach Flood out before we left. So I'm just hoping guys kind of carry that same mentality once as they transition out of the program. So oh my goodness, because when you're what 30, 40, and you're watching college game days on Saturday, you want to be like looking forward to your team to win, looking forward to be them being their opponent, hoping they have a good team that year. I know we have a great team this year. That's why I'm just chilling, but I still get anxiety with the games and whatnot. But
Yeah.
yeah, Don McKinley at the
Those are the three people I just mentioned.
yeah, I gotta look up Corey and I haven't heard of her. I've heard of the rest, but I haven't heard of Corey and Gibson.
Yeah, Corian visited the same weekend, that big weekend we had all the other guys down over the summer. Real high end DB trains, because the training community is really close knit.
Yeah,
Has same trainer as a lot of the guys too, and real connected with our guys. Just would be a great fit for our class. He committed to Clemson over the summer, and Clemson is a respectable program. There's no joke about that. But with recent things that have transpired here,
well, so yeah, didn't
uh,
they take a loss
you
on
know, let's talk. That's all I'm
yeah,
saying. You sure?
because Duke is I didn't think they were that competitive, but I mean, I guess if you want to take a loss to Duke every year, then that's on you or whenever they play.
Hey, Tokyo Astro hitting us with that yen, fan. We worldwide, baby.
Uh,
What's
what's
up?
what's the conversion? I don't know what that or is that just like fun? I don't know what the conversion rate is, but yeah, I'm looking forward to how this recruiting stuff and ends up. It's gonna be awesome. He's basically Bryce Anderson. We didn't get Bryce Anderson. He plays for A&M, right? We didn't get Bryce Anderson.
No, he's on A&M.
Yeah. What
Yeah, he
happened
was.
to Gilbo? Is he still playing?
Who? Jalen Gilbo?
Yeah, he's been like MIA.
He played last week.
Really?
I don't know how much he played tonight. He played last. He changed his number,
Did
by the
Austin
way. So
Jordan take his?
he wears number 3 now.
But he was 13 last year, right?
He was 13 last year. He wears number 3, but I don't know how much he played tonight. He was coming off an injury, but Jalen Go. Yeah, he's still with us. He actually played pretty well last week.
So who's the starting nickel or star?
Jalen or Jade Barron.
So how about Austin Jordan? What's his position?
So Jordan, has been playing both. He's been playing star and he played corner because he
Okay.
got a pick last week. I think he got a pick last week playing corner, but he would technically be our third string star
Okay.
behind Gilbo. But Jade holding it down for
But
for everybody out here, for the
it's
whole family.
I feel old as crap because his freshman year was the COVID year, 2020, and to see him 4 years, I'll say 4 years later, it's like night and day. Because that Texas Tech game, he ran a punt back. It was like we blocked the punt, he ran it back for a
And
touchdown.
he scored. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, boys screaming, I'm getting girls tonight. He ran that. He said that running back from the field all the way to the sideline. I'm getting girls tonight. I'm getting girls. It was one of my favorite memories of Jade, man. One of my favorite memories. So it's good to see he's still balling out, even though Oregon did try and poach him, but he's still here with us.
Look at him, man.
So did Nayor see the field?
I
Yeah.
look like Texas lost. What? Craig.
What happened?
Craig said, "You must be sick. You look like Texas lost." I am thrilled.
I think we should be like excited, jumping off the walls and stuff. Is that what you're looking for, Craig?
My man's he's like, man, I want to see Steve's taco meat, the shirt off, buzz around his head, do a helicopter, baby. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all want to see.
I don't know. One, I don't drink, guys, so like I can't get as wild as people would like to see. But
Good, because we have a man of sober mind at all times here,
there we go.
um, commenting on these things, keeping proper perspective with the drunkards and fans here. Tope, what any parting thoughts? Because I got to wind down here.
No, you're good. Just want to say it's a great team win. Thank you guys thank you for having me. Thank you guys for asking questions and engaging with me and kind of accepting me and look at I see all your comments saying like, "Oh, bring Tope back." I really do appreciate it. But yeah, it's all up to Steve whenever he wants me here. But I do appreciate you guys and looking forward to. I won't be here next week because I have a baby shower in Dallas, but any other week, after that, I'll be available to see you guys and talk and whatever. Yeah, that's it though.
Man, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to just have your perspective on here. As people are saying here, man, your family, brother, right? That's exactly what it is.
I appreciate it.
And this community um, that that we're a part of here, this Longhorn community. Just so happy for this win tonight. So happy for the validation. There's been many times where we've gone live here and we've lost or we've had a disappointing outcome, and y'all still here with us, right? We still get through it. Now we call that therapy, right? But you know what? In therapy, you also get to talk about the good stuff too.
Word.
Therapy isn't just to share the bad stuff. Therapy is to share the breakthroughs and the wins and the progress that you're making in life and the progress that you're making in whatever you're trying to pursue. And that's valid here with Texas. Texas is making progress. We get to have a positive outcome tonight. We get to celebrate something tonight. It's
100%.
not the overall outcome. We're 2-0. Okay, it's
Yep.
September. We get it. We haven't won a championship. We haven't even started conference play yet.
No.
But but damn it, this is as for us as fans. This shit hits different tonight, and
Yep.
I know it does. So I thank you guys. Subscribe, like the whole thing, share with a friend, send it out. I love it, guys. Remember, horns always up. I love you guys.
Awesome.
Hooker.